So welcome, Chris. It's nice for us all to get together.
Yeah,
Thank you for being part of Destination Country Introduces. You're one of the first of three artists that are in this new initiative that we're doing. So I wanted to start off and just ask you, how does it feel to be part of this, and why did you decide to say yes and be part of it?
yeah, it feels awesome. First off, I'm honored. I want to thank you guys for choosing me to be a part of this. It's I admire what you guys do on the site and the artists that you guys cover. It seems like you guys are on the pulse of the best artists in the genre out there, and so yeah, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm honored to be a part of it. I also I want to take my music global. So, UK is absolutely somewhere where I've heard how much they appreciate music out there. And it's a place that I haven't visited yet, but to start growing a little bit of a fan base right now is a huge priority. So, yeah, again, thank you guys.
Not at all. And you just released your new single, Same Old Places. So what's it kind of like? I guess talk to us about the single and also what it's like been like releasing music during this pandemic.
Sure. Yeah. Same Old Places was sort of an intentional song to write.
Mm-hmm.
I have written a lot about relationships and stuff like that. And I am passionate about this idea that, we get one life and it's up to us to kind of carve out what we want that life to look like. And I actually wrote this down. This was a quote that inspired. They did an interview, or they talked to people who were close to dying, right? And the number one regret of the dying is, I wish I had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected. And so this song is about, the story is kind of told through like a girl who lives in a small town, and maybe the people around her aren't supportive of the idea that she wants to go chase a dream somewhere else. And, I think this is a very common thing where, you might want to do something that other people are calling crazy, or, because they haven't done it, you can't do it. And, Same Old Places can also be a metaphor. I don't like to tell people what to think when they hear my song, but it can be a metaphor for getting rid of toxic people. It's a metaphor for leaving a situation that you're not content in. And again, it goes back to this idea that we get one life, and it's up to us that if something's calling us to go do that, we should do that. And so that was the inspiration behind that song. And in my own personal story, I left my hometown of Boston and moved to Nashville to chase this dream. And, everybody's circumstances in life are different. For me, it wasn't like, oh, I have to get out of this place. It was more of just like, you know what, this is calling you, and you should go do it. So that's kind of the overview of that song. So I really love the message of it. And we recorded it in a kind of a rock fashion, which I'm super influenced by rock. So like, I'm always trying to merge those two genres. And I really do like how it came out. I think it came out, like I said, high energy. And I think I'm looking forward to playing that one live for sure with the full band and everything. And as far as releasing it in the pandemic, the week I released it, obviously with the protests going on here and everything too, I was like, okay, this is probably not the best week to release a song. But my mindset throughout the pandemic and everything is that if I have the music, I should just release it, because people need music. They need an escape. Life doesn't just go on hold at any point. And so I think that's why I just said, let's put it out, because people are still going to want to listen to music and want to be entertained. So that was it.
Thanks, Chris. That's a lovely answer. I'd like to just pick up on your decision to move to Nashville from Boston. What prompted that decision, and has the city lived up to its expectations, and what are the biggest challenges that you face?
Sure. So when I was in Boston, I was working a sales job, and I was playing shows on the side, at night and on the weekends and all that. And I started building up a little bit of a buzz in Boston. It took a few years, and then I finally started getting my name out there. And then, you know, when you first start out, you're like, oh man, I would love to just play this venue, or I'd love to play this gig. It's all baby steps. And then eventually you start looking around, you're okay, like, okay, well, what would be next? How do I keep climbing this ladder that I have in my mind of where I want to eventually be? And what I did was I just looked at all the people that are inspired me, that are kind of at that next tier that I want to be at. And the path for them was always Nashville. And especially kind of making a little bit of a switch from rock to country. Country is where, you know, this Nashville is, this is where you got to be. So I was ready for a change anyways. So it was kind of like a perfect situation. I was like, even if it doesn't work out, you know, I'm going to move anyways and just see what happens. So to answer your question though, it's been great. And the city has absolutely lived up to the expectation. I would say, you know, you can go out any night of the week and on Demumbrian Street, it's just a line of bars which all have writers' rounds, and it's 3 people playing back to back to back. And you walk into any of those and you're going to be inspired, because there's some great songs, some great singers. And being here shows me that, hey, people are working hard every day. They're showing up and they're writing maybe 20 to 30 songs a month.
Right.
And they're choosing their best. And like, you know, it kind of inspires you that you gotta drill down on your craft, and you gotta figure out what's gonna make you stand out from all of these people that are trying to come up too. And so it's a super healthy way of competition. It's a very positive vibe, actually. It's one of those things when you hear a song, it's more of like, oh, that's so smart, I wish I wrote that. You know, it's like that kind of like, it's just a positive atmosphere and very collaborative. So, and also it's worth noting too, because I make a living touring, Nashville is very centrally located in the country. So you have all these places that you can just drive around to, you know, so there's a lot of options on that front as well.
There's something that I wasn't aware of when we first met, is just how hardcore your fans are. It's something that I've come to learn very quickly. So when you were part of Count Songs for Us, your fans were all over the chat. They were counting down to you coming on. How have you built up a fan base that's that connected to you? And how have you kept that going during the pandemic? That must be quite difficult when you can't get out and play live.
Yeah, well, thanks for noticing. And I'm lucky to have the base for sure. I would say, I mean, I think actually I should ask them. It's you know, it's one of those things, but I'm assuming it's the music. You know, I try to write every song from the heart, so I think that they can connect with that. And my motto with fans and interactions has been, at least to this point, I want to be someone who's responding to like every comment and getting to know people and kind of lifting the veil. Like, I don't want to be some just like rock star who's super quiet and standoffish. I want them to feel like they know me. And I'm always looking for new ways to connect. And even if it's through, you know, if I'm just posting something on Instagram, sometimes maybe I'll go like I'll dive a little bit deeper and be like, okay, well, what can I really talk about that like shows them where I'm coming from? So maybe something that's like a little bit more vulnerable and raw versus just, hey, everything's perfect all the time. And so I think, yeah, I think through interaction and I'm someone also who, you know, I didn't do music for a while. I took a pause. And so to now be in the spot where I'm pursuing this dream and it's growing, I'm actually incredibly thankful for anybody who listens or shares. So I think I've gotten to this point personally where I don't look to anybody for expectations. So when people do support me, I genuinely am appreciative, and hopefully they can feel that. And I'm assuming that's why they're sticking around, you know.
You've built them up as well through the live streams, haven't you? You do your weekly live streams where you play and do covers and things like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's definitely something worth noting, is that the pandemic, I feel like has allowed me to get closer to the fans. And I think that maybe it's because, you know, sometimes when you play a show, it's hard to be able to see everybody because, you know, you only get a certain amount of time between between sets and all that. And then, you know, maybe it's a quick conversation that you get to have with the people who show up. But with the pandemic and doing these, I've gone live, I think 14 weeks in a row, every Wednesday, and then a few other ones as well. So what I've done on there is just try to interact with people and try to read the comments and play requests. And it's been great. I've gotten to know, you know, which of my songs, you know, people really like, some of the old ones that I didn't know that they were even listening to. And that's been a very collaborative thing. And I think it's brought the core base kind of all closer together. And a lot of them are becoming friends with each other too, which is awesome. So it's like, it's like building a team, I guess. So it's been
like I said, with Couch Songs, we noticed there was like a little watch party going. Everybody was so excited about it, and we got a lot of because you were a part of it, and it's an incredible thing for you to have.
Yeah, I mean, it's to the point sometimes where I don't even really have to promote what I'm doing as much. Like they're all now following you guys, and like if you guys post something about me, a lot of times they might see it before I even see it, and they'll be like, yeah, super excited about it. So it's really cool.
They must have alerts or something, because the minute we post anything, it's like the retweets and the likes and the responses just go crazy.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. You know, at this stage of the game where I'm trying to make some noise and I'm trying to be like, hey guys, pay attention to me. It's the fact that they're doing some of that work for me is amazing. So I'm thankful.
So let's move on and play a couple of games that will help us and our followers get to know you a bit better. So the first game is we're going to read out an emotion, and you have to tell us first country song that comes to mind when we say that emotion. So we're going to start off nice and easy. Happy.
Happy. I would say I'm weird. So like a lot of people would pick a super up-tempo song, Cop Car by Keith Urban. That song makes me happy. So that's my happy song.
Sad.
Sad would be Red Light by David Nail.
How about romantic?
Hunter Hayes, Wanted.
Good choice. Motivated.
Let's go with We Are Tonight by Billy Currington.
Angry.
Let's go Folsom Prison Blues by Johnny Cash.
Ready to dance?
Dust on the Bottle.
Inspired.
Even If It Breaks Your Heart by Eli Young Band.
And then finally, thirsty.
Morgan Wallen's Whiskey Glasses.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to now into a playlist, guys. We should do like a Chris playlist on these emotions. There were some good songs in there.
Yeah. Thanks. I'm big into the like early 2000 or this decade, but the earlier part, like that kind of 2012, 2013, 2015, all those stuff. So.
I love that shout out to Eli Young Band. I don't think they get enough press.
I agree.
No.
And that song in particular, I mean, that song is just incredible. That song almost teared me up a few times. Like it just hits you in the heart. So, yeah.
So for our second game, we're going to give you two options, and you have to tell us which of the two you would pick. You don't have to give a reason, but if you'd like to, feel free. So firstly, Garth Brooks or Tim McGraw?
I'm going to go with Tim McGraw.
Good choice. Beer or wine?
Beer. I do like wine, but beer's my go-to.
Shania Twain or Faith Hill?
Faith Hill.
Whiskey or tequila?
Yeah, because I like both, but whiskey's my go-to drink. But I'll never turn down tequila shots. So worth noting. It's an asterisk on that one.
Songwriting or performing?
Yeah, that's a really tough question, but I've actually thought about that before. It's performing.
Night in or night out?
Ooh, that's tough. Well, it depends on the time. If you asked me 4 months ago before all this, I would have said night in. Give me a night in. But now I need nights out now. So now it's switched.
Summer or fall?
Fall is my favorite. Summer's my second, but fall is my favorite time.
And then finally, video games or movies?
Movies. Absolutely.
Great. Good shout.
I'll even throw you a bonus. My favorite movie is Almost Famous.
Oh, I love that film.
Yeah.
I've still never seen the film. This is the Kate Hudson film, isn't it?
It's brilliant. It's my favorite film about the music industry.
That's what it is. You guys all love music, so it just sucks you in, right? It just makes you want to be a part of it. And I would, highly recommend seeing it if you haven't.
Great. Well, that was
Give that a watch.
So thank you, Chris, for taking the time out to chat to us so that our followers can get to know you a bit better. I'm sure that your hardcore fan base will know all the answers to these already, and they'll be telling us in the comments, which we love.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys again. Like I said, truly am honored to be featured on this program that you guys have going. So thank you so much.
Well, we can't wait to work with you over the next few months.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on board.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of good stuff coming. I'm excited.
Great. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, Chris. Thanks again, and we will speak to you very soon.
All right. You too, guys. We'll talk soon.